What's up, everyone? Today, we're heading to North Dakota, not for Fargo or Bismarck, but for the most remote, hidden small towns you've never heard of. We're talking about places with populations you can count on two hands, towns that feel frozen in time. My team traveled hundreds of miles across empty plains to show you what life is like in these forgotten corners of America. Is it peaceful, lonely, full of secrets? Let's find out as we uncover communities barely hanging on, but packed with incredible stories. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's get this journey started. Ambrose, North Dakota. So far north, you're almost in Canada. This remote town is a handful of buildings, empty streets, and time-worn houses. The old schoolhouse hints at a once bustling community, now eerily quiet. When the railroad moved and highways bypassed it, people left, leaving a skeleton of its former self. And trust me, this is just the beginning. Welcome to Russo, North Dakota, the state's smallest city with just 4 people. That's right, 4. The town sign is basically the main attraction. Russo feels more like a single property, just a church, a tiny town hall, and a couple of houses. Standing here, you can't help but smile at how unique it is. Now we're in Lignite, a town named for the coal that built it. Once a booming mining center, Lignite still has a couple hundred residents and a strong sense of community. The mines are gone, but the town adapted, shifting to agriculture and ranching. There's a school, a post office, and a local bar that's the social hub. The pride here is palpable. People wouldn't trade their small-town life for anything. We found an old, sealed mine entrance, a piece of American history in the middle of a field. Lignite is a survivor, showing how grit and community can outlast any boom or bust. It's a story of resilience you can feel in every corner. Welcome to Antler, North Dakota, a near ghost town right on the Canadian border. The population is just a couple dozen, but the number of abandoned buildings is much higher. The old school looms over the town, abandoned since the 1960s, and the main street is lined with empty, crumbling storefronts. Walking here feels like exploring a museum of decay. Every sound is amplified by the silence. Yet, people still live here, maintaining homes among the ruins. It's a haunting contrast, life and abandonment side by side. Antler is a living ghost town, beautiful and sad, where the past lingers in every empty window. It's a place that hasn't quite given up. Rame is a breath of fresh air, a small, proud agricultural town where everyone knows everyone. Life here revolves around farming, ranching, and community. A rancher told us the best part of his day is watching the sunset over his fields. Rame proves small-town life is alive and well. Next, we're in Marmarth, a true Old West throwback along the Little Missouri River. The town's architecture and dusty streets feel straight out of a classic Western. Marmarth was once a wild railroad town with saloons and a massive roundhouse. Today, the population is around 100, but the spirit of the frontier lives on. The Mystic Theater and 2 old banks are historic landmarks, and the town is a gateway to the Badlands. Hunters, paleontologists, and Western fans flock here for the rugged landscape and history. Marmarth preserves its wild past with a museum and historical markers. It's not a ghost town, it's a living piece of the Old West. If you love Westerns, Marmarth is a must-see. Now we're in Fortuna, a tiny border town in Divide County, right next to Canada. Once a busy port of entry, the town quieted down when border hours were cut. The population is just a couple dozen, and the main street is nearly silent. Residents live in a unique in-between zone, with Canada on their doorstep. The community used to be closely tied to its Canadian neighbors, but that's changed. Life here is isolated, hours from any major city, with a level of self-sufficiency most can't imagine. But with that comes peace. No noise, no light pollution, just endless stars at night. Fortuna offers a rare glimpse into life on the edge of the American plains. It's small, quiet, and profoundly peaceful. Epping, North Dakota, has a wild story of boom and bust. Once a sleepy farm town, everything changed with the Bakken oil boom. The population exploded, man camps sprang up, and the town was suddenly packed and thriving. But as oil prices dropped, the frenzy faded, leaving behind oversized infrastructure and a quieter town. Epping's story is a dramatic example of how fortunes can change overnight. Welcome to ghoNorth Population 7, a true microtown in Renville County. It's just a handful of houses, a church, and a town hall hidden deep in the prairie. ghoNorth's claim to fame? Its annual 4th of July celebration. Despite its tiny size, people from all around gather for a parade, potluck, and softball game. This tradition keeps ghoNorth alive, proving a town is more than just its numbers. The residents are fiercely proud, and their celebration is a testament to community spirit. In ghoNorth, the connections and traditions matter most. Even the smallest places can have the biggest hearts. Next is Carpio, the town in the Loop, named for the railroad that circles it. With about 150 people, Carpio sits in a scenic valley near the Des Lacs National Wildlife Refuge. The landscape is rolling hills and wetlands, a paradise for nature lovers and bird watchers. The town is tidy and proud, with the railroad loop still a defining feature. Walking the tracks, you see a peaceful community nestled in nature. Life here is slow-paced and deeply connected to the outdoors. Carpio's unique setting and history make it a hidden gem. Sometimes the most beautiful places are tucked away in the loops and valleys of the map. Hannah, North Dakota, is a true survivor. Just south of the Canadian border, with only about 15 residents. Once a bustling town, a devastating fire in 1919 changed everything. The population dwindled, but a handful of people refused to let Hannah die. Today, you see empty spaces where grand buildings once stood, but also a tight-knit group keeping the town's memory alive. They maintain the few remaining historic structures and share stories of the past. Hannah's survival isn't about luck or location, it's about determination. It's a powerful story of holding on to home, no matter how small it becomes. Hannah is a testament to the enduring power of community. Now we're in Perth, Towner County, another micro-community with about 10 people. Founded by Scottish immigrants, Perth is all about simple charm and community spirit. The highlight is the annual Perth Hog Roast, drawing people from all over for food and fellowship. It's a huge effort for so few, but it keeps the town on the map. Perth is proof that community isn't about size, it's about connection. The Hog Roast is an act of defiance, a way of saying, we're still here. In Perth, tradition and togetherness are everything. This tiny town with a big heart is truly special. Welcome to Kiev, a small town founded by Ukrainian immigrants and named after Kiev. The standout landmark is St. John the Baptist Ukrainian Catholic Church, with its onion domes rising above the prairie. Kiev's annual Kiev Capers celebration features traditional Ukrainian food and brings descendants back to reconnect. The cemetery, with ornate crosses and Cyrillic inscriptions, is a powerful link to the past. Kiev is a fascinating example of how immigrant groups built their own worlds on the frontier. Even with just a handful of residents, the cultural legacy is strong. Kiev is a unique and important piece of North Dakota's story. Landa, North Dakota, is the definition of peace. Just a few residents, rolling hills, and small lakes. Once a stop on the Great Northern Railway, Landa is now a cluster of homes and a white church on a hill. There's no noise, no commercial activity, just wind, birds, and tranquility. The main attraction is its peacefulness. It's a place to escape from everything. Life here is simple and deeply connected to nature. Landa isn't dramatic or quirky, its specialness is in its simplicity. In a noisy world, Landa is a precious sanctuary. Our final stop is Milo, North Dakota, a micro-city with a name that's just fun to say. The town's name was changed from Milo to Milo by postal authorities, and it stuck. With about 20 people, Milo has a city hall, a community center, and a bar and grill that's the social heart of town. Despite its size, Milo has a strong sense of identity and pride. It's small, remote, and quirky, but the community spirit is huge. Milo is the perfect place to end our journey, showing that even the tiniest towns are full of life. From Ambrose to Milo, we've seen that community thrives in the most unexpected places. That's a wrap on our tour of North Dakota's most remote and unbelievable towns. From Russo's 4 residents to Marmarth's Wild West vibes, these places are hidden gems with incredible stories. Have you heard of any of these towns, or do you live in a hidden spot yourself? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss our next adventure uncovering more forgotten places. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.